with me on a tour of our kindergarten classroom. Right inside the door, I always like to decorate it for each season, so we're doing crayons for back to school. And then right inside the door is the sensory table. The sensory table is one of the favorite centers in my classroom. I have 4 center groups. We do centers every afternoon and they rotate, so each group will get to go to the sensory table at least once a week. Beginning of the school year, I always theme it like back to school items. So bin number 1 contains colors, so students will identify colors. Number 2, I like to do chicka boom boom at the beginning of the year, so we're finding alphabet letters. And the same with sensory bin 3. There's our coconut tree. So as you come around, right here on this shelf, each bin has a worksheet that goes along with it. So the kiddos will just grab that worksheet and then take it to the correct bin. Here we have some of my cute little stuffies. I collect these from Kohl's. And then I have some rewards here. These are the croc bracelets. They're always really fun, and the kids can earn a charm to put on their bracelet. Okay, let's just keep going this way. This is our how we go home. That way I can track everybody at the end of the day. Right there are the student mailboxes. So students will get their mail every day right here. And above that is our board that says our class is a family. This is where the kiddos will bring in pictures from home of their family. That way, if they're missing someone at home, we can talk about them, talk about how we'll see them at the end of the day. Just a little reminder that their family is a classroom too. Their family is like a classroom, and that we miss our parents sometimes, and that's okay. Those are big feelings to have coming to kindergarten. On the counter, I just have some supplies here, and then this is where they turn in their folder every morning in this pink tray. Here is a little student center. I have a disco ball, wax warmer, that's always fun to look at. Pencil station. Right below that are some activities for the I'm finished now, what can I do? We have a writing paper. These change out every month as well. Just a color by number. A seek and find paper, more coloring sheets, and then down below, these are all alphabet recognition, so you'll color the picture that the letter starts with. So these are kind of just like a fast finisher project. I'm gonna go back up here and show you the little writing wall. As our writing will progress this year, that's how we will kind of track our writing. Obviously everyone's gonna start at the beginning and we're gonna grow. The flower grows as it keeps going. Let's keep walking this way. On the cabinets, I just have some shapes here. All 2D right now. We start the year with 2D and eventually we'll work our way into 3D. This is the calm corner. It's one of my favorite corners in the classroom. Sometimes we do experience some big emotions, and sometimes we do just need a little break to take a little breather, to step away from whatever activity is going on. The students are more than welcome to enter this corner whenever they need a break or they need a little chance to just refresh. I have lots of goodies there on the card to help them out. And there's like little timers here. And they can decide how long they need a break. Sometimes they just need a fidget. Sometimes they just need something fun to play with. And sometimes we just need to sit and chill for a minute before we can come back to the classroom. This is the back. Every cubby has a little stuffy. Like I said, I would collect those. I do have quite the collection. These are student cubbies where the students will put their belongings every morning. So let's just keep walking. The birthday board. Birthdays are a big deal in kindergarten. Yes, they are. These are their center bins. I have 6 centers. These will also change out every month. And right now they're kind of back to school, so a lot of them are fine motor centers. That's a center option. Here are some of our read alouds and some student supplies. This is a little pegboard in the corner with some back to school read alouds, just some fun characters. Moving down, this is our computer cart. Every student has a Chromebook computer. We won't use those for a couple of days, but that's always fun for the kiddos to do learning online sometimes. This is my teacher area back here. We use a lot of colored paper in kindergarten, so that's what all this is. Just all my supplies that I might need for small group. This is my small group table. I call over small groups twice during the day. First time is during our reading block in the morning, and the second time is during centers. When the kiddos come over, they do have some supplies back here in the back of their seat sack. That way they can work with me one-on-one or in a small group. This is a favorite part of the classroom. I have to show off the jellyfish. I can't wait to see what the kiddos want to name them this year. I feel like I've talked a lot about centers, but centers are very fun in kindergarten. This is the center wheel. As you can see, it has all the options on there. That clipboard is for Write the Room, but I'll introduce that to the kiddos when they get here. There's 4 groups. They're color coded: blue, pink, purple, yellow. I haven't decided how I'm doing my groups yet this year. It's not based on skill until I further know what kind of skills we're working with. But I'll put their pictures up there. That's why they're empty right now. This is the library corner. This is probably my favorite part of the whole classroom, mainly because of the butterflies. I love these butterflies. There's some read alouds. Those are ones that I'll read over the first few weeks of school. There's our visual schedule. As you can see, we are jam-packed for the day. Lots of fun going on. I'm gonna come around to show you the Dramatic Play Center, another favorite in my classroom. This will change every month. In August, I always like to start with a farmer's market because we're still in the summer season, and so it's kind of fun to talk about fruits and vegetables, and some kids don't know what a farmer's market is, so it's always fun to explain that to them. The buying and selling of goods is typically what is taught at this station. The social, emotional aspects get hit really hard here as well, and the speaking and listening. This is really good for students to be able to communicate with their peers and work well together. This center is always hopping. I love this center so much. It's got a little table back there where the customers can sit, and there's a cash register back here for the worker, and that way they can focus on money and counting. So that's always a fun thing for the kiddos. Back over here, these are my student portfolio bins. Every student comes with a number, and I will assign them a number, and that way whenever they do their work in class, I'll just keep a copy of it. Here's our special schedule. As you can see on A Day, that's our first day of school coming up this week. A Day will be library. This is the front of the classroom. This is what I like to call the heart of the classroom. There's my chair where I do my read alouds, my easel where we make a lot of anchor charts, and then these drawers down here at the bottom are for all their supplies, like their toolboxes, their headphones, anything they might need throughout the day. I'm gonna come in a little closer here. This is my lovely pot of letters. We use this almost every day. It's always fun to do. Lucky ducks to get people to answer questions. Just some more supplies here. We play a lot of spin that wheel game. This is my little computer area. Up on the board, I like to put what we're learning. So this is what we'll cover in the first few weeks of school. The days in school, we count this, and this is very important because we're always counting to get to 100. On the 100th day of school, we have a lot of fun. We have a big party. So each time we come to school, we're gonna put a crayon in one box. So on the first day of school, I will take this number 1 crayon and we'll put that in the box. When we get to 10, we move on to the next box, and that way we can focus on counting by tens. Believe it or not, this goes by so quick. I always look at this and I'm like, wow, 180. It'll be here before you know it though. Last thing I want to show off here is the calendar area. Calendar is a huge standard in kindergarten because it talks about months of the year, days of the week, seasons, counting in a number order. So we're here starting with August. We do a fun little calendar routine every morning. That's my favorite time of the day. I'm just gonna quickly show you the students area now. I have 5 tables and they're all numbered. They're at the top. Every seat has a little seat sack, and in their seat sack behind their chair is their workbooks for reading and math. They also have a writer's notebook, but that's up in their cubbies until we introduce those. And the bins at the top of my cabinets are for, each month I change out the Dramatic Play Center, sensory bins, decorations. That's what all those containers are up there, and in the middle of those crates just contain more books. I love read alouds. And this is my kindergarten classroom. Thank you for coming along with me. It's gonna be a really fun year. I'm very excited. This is where all the magic happens. I always say life is sweet in kindergarten because it truly is. It's a magical year. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm looking forward to the first day of school.